Hello, fellow woodchopperoos. Many of you probably know, besides being a furniture maker, I'm also a licensed contractor. And when I'm out on a job site, my number one used tool is the cordless drill. Now, I've had this good old trusty DeWalt a long time, and she's starting to slow down. It's probably been at least 15 years, so she is starting to show her age. However, the good folks over at Ridgid Tools donated to me a new cordless drill. So I thought I'd take this time to go ahead and open this up, show you what comes with it, and give you my first impressions of it. So, without further ado, let's go open it up. Alright, so what we have here is the Ridgid 18-volt drill. This is claiming to have 50% more run time. I imagine that's the battery because it's the lithium ion. It says it has a longer motor life to it, and it's best in its class for torque. Okay. We'll just kind of open it up and see. The other nice thing, though, about the Ridgid tool line is they offer this lifetime service agreement. I've noticed a lot of the other tools out there have a 1 or 3 year. This has a lifetime, and what you have to do to get that is you get online and you create an account at their website. You register your tool, which I imagine is the serial number on it, and also you submit your Home Depot receipt. Now, for me, unfortunately, I don't have a receipt because these tools were donated to me from Ridgid. But I'm not really too worried about that. Any tool company that is going to offer a lifetime warranty on their tools, I'm pretty much certain that it's going to last a very long time. So, with no further ado, let's open this up and see what we get. Already I can see a big canvas type bag. That's pretty cool. I mean, I know a lot of the companies are doing that now. I myself prefer a plastic carry case on job sites. Things can get kicked around, or in the van, other stuff can fall on it. But regardless, any kind of case is better than none. So we have a canvas one here. Alright, a little pouch. The cardboard and whatnot. So we got our owner's manual with it, pretty much to be expected. I guess this is explaining the coverage of the lifetime warranty. Let's see what else we got in here. Just a little catalog of other tools that are featured from Ridgid. This is the owner's manual for the batteries and the charger. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside. Lots of cardboard. Okay, so here's the drill itself. Looks like I have 2 speeds to it. So faster and one with more torque. Clutch on it to set whatever I want it to stop at, so I don't strip screw heads or go too far into the wood with it. It's got a pretty comfortable grip to it. I like the fact there's a lot of this rubber around it because, trust me, it gets push, kick, dinged, scuffed pretty easy on job sites. Comes with your own screw bit, if you need that, but it looks like it's not holding very well. It was already loose, so I'm probably going to lose that in no time. Okay, let's finish opening the rest of it. Comes with, looks like 2 batteries. Small profile, pretty light for the size of this. So it's pretty amazing. Second battery. Alright, 2 batteries, which is great. You always need 2 for when one goes dead, you got another one ready. Okay, handle to attach to the drill for more gripping. This is ideal if you're boring some big holes with a big long auger bit. So, okay. This is a tool clip. If I can get it open. Screw. Alright, so this is going to hook onto the drill, and this is pretty ideal, especially if you're on a ladder. You can hang it from a pocket or from your tool belt, you know, while you're maybe getting that gutter in place or whatever it is you're trying to fasten up over your head. So that's nice. That's nice to have. And of course the charger on it, and pretty self-explanatory. It looks like there's plug the charger in. You got one of 4 lights it could do. Blinking light says it's charging. The light on constantly says it's fully charged. Let's see. And then if it's blinking red, you have a problem. So let's hope for greens. These here are the 2 lights. So, alright, what I'm going to do now is, before I even play with it, let's see, do these batteries have any kind of charge? Sometimes they have a charge in them. It says there is. Looks like there's an indicator here. Let's see, is that on the... That's okay. There's an indicator actually on the battery. So you press the button. Looks like I got 1, 2 lights on it. Check this one as well. Same thing, about 2 lights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely drain these batteries down, and then I'm going to time it to see how long it takes to charge up in this charger here. Okay? And from then I'll probably play with the drill and see how it performs. I can say right now the balance is pretty good. I've had some of these drills where the older ones, the batteries are really heavy, so it's awkward. And then I've had some where the batteries are incredibly light and the body of the drill is actually heavier. And after a while, trust me, if you're doing a bunch of cabinets or whatever, the weight of this being off will play havoc on your wrist. But for the most part, this feels like it's pretty evenly balanced. The head is definitely heavier, but hey, that's to be expected, right? Because all the motors and stuff are up here. So, alright, well, let's see how long it takes to charge this guy up. Okay, a couple other things I wanted to point out to you before I drain this battery and put it on the charger is, one, it has the light down here, which is interesting because a lot of the lights they tend to put underneath here somewhere, and what I find is that if you have a long drill bit on it with the light under here, it kind of is aimed to point right at the end of this chuck and not necessarily at the end of where the drill bit might be, which could be out here. So it looks, with the light down here, it should be casting a pretty big light source, which is, again, nice if you're in a tight corner such as a cabinet or behind something. Also, too, you'll notice that after the drill stops moving, the light still stays on for a little while, which is great, especially if you just need to kind of look for where that next screw might be. It also comes with a keyless chuck, so you can tighten this with just your hands. This is plastic. I would have really liked to seen like a metal one, but maybe they don't make metal ones anymore. I don't know. This is a Jacobs chuck, though, which they've always been a good, reputable name. So I wouldn't expect to have any problems with it. But as I said, I just kind of would have liked to seen metal up here, especially out on job sites if I should drop it or whatnot. Okay, and you notice I put the belt clip on already. No, that's not upside down. It's like that, so it hangs from the belt like so. So, okay. All right. Like I said, let me drain this down. Let me drain it down and we'll go from there then. Okay, before I actually put the battery in the charger and see how long it takes to charge, I did go ahead and drain this battery completely down. Let's see if, it's showing one light, but like the drill wasn't even turning, so I'm going to say this is dead. But I did want to come back to the case here a second. The case to hold the drill and the charger. One thing I can definitely say I don't like about this case is, well, you can see right now my paperwork is flying out of this little holder here. But there's no actual compartments for the battery, for the charger, the drill. So in other words, when you zip this up and carry it around with drill bits and everything, it's all going to be banging and clanging together. It's not a big deal, but it is just something that, if they're making these tools for contractors, it would be nice if they had designated pouches or areas for them. But since this is mostly going to stay in my shop, this thing is not going to be a problem. Okay, so after playing around with it, I also did some research on the internet. And here's what I've learned. On different websites doing independent studies of different cordless drills out there, this came either in first, second, or third place. Not too bad. I also found that it took 51.5 minutes to completely recharge a dead battery to fully charged. And the runtime on it was 19 minutes and 6 seconds is what I got. Okay, I didn't bother to see how many screws I could put in with it because, well, that was one of the tests that was done on the independent reviews on the websites. What I wanted to see was if it could drill a large hole, like with a 3-inch hole saw. And it did. However, I did run into a couple of problems. It seems like the drill spins at a very fast RPM. So I would either clog up the teeth on the bit, or I found it might burn the wood by spinning too fast. So my thought was, well, I'll just slow it down by going from the second speed to the first speed. However, when you slow it down, you're also giving it more torque. Check this out. Holy cow, man. Holy cow, man. Holy crap. Holy crap. With that on one, that damn near twists my arm off. That's some serious torque. Looks like next time, I'll use the handle that comes with it. Okay, so my pros and cons list for this drill. Some of the features on this are pretty much standard on any drill you'll buy today, like the clutch setting chuck, the lithium-ion batteries, the fuel cell reading on the batteries, and some sort of light. But I do like the light on this one because of where it's positioned. Also, too, the light can be activated either by the trigger or this other lower button here. The chuck is a 1/2-inch chuck, which will allow me to take even bigger bits than the standard 3/8 out there. This drill also has a lot of torque, so it comes with a handle, which allows me to position it in 2 different settings, and it's done either for right or left sides. I also like the fact that it's short and compact to get me in the tight areas. It's lightweight, and it has a lot of rubber around it in case it should accidentally get bumped or dropped. Now, the cons to it. I don't exactly like that it has the plastic chuck. I do wish they sprung for a metal one. And when I use it, it actually sounds kind of loud. Now, that could be because it's spinning at a higher RPM, which could also be a problem. If I've got a bit in this and I'm drilling into metal, well, that's really going to heat the bit up and dull it, so I'm going to have to cool the bit even more often. Alright, some features I wish they included on it. Well, on the charger, it would have been nice if the charger came with some kind of like countdown clock on it, so it would tell me exactly how much time was left before the battery was fully charged. And lastly, I really don't care for the soft case. I wish it was a hard shell case to protect the accessories inside of it. So does that mean that the Ridgid is better than the DeWalt? Well, let me say this. Over the 15 years that I've had her, I've had to have this thing rebuilt 3 times, and I've gone through 2 sets of battery packs. That can be rather expensive. But with the Ridgid, the battery, the parts, and all the service is covered for life. Now that you just can't beat. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of this old gal. I'm still pretty partial to her. After all, we've spent a lot of time together. Ah, the memories. We'll see you next time here on Wood Chopper.